Doc Stevenson of the NBC Orchestra, inviting you to join Jerry and his guests, comedian George Carlin, comic Charlie Callas, Patrice Munsel, Grammy Award winner Mason Williams, musical solo virtuoso Jim Turner, and author of The Prospect of Immortality, Robert Ettinger. Okay, gang, Jerry Lewis will be here in just one moment. There he goes now, as a matter of fact. He will be here. But you know, first, this message.
And now, with a word of interest to all of you, here's Bob Lamont.
Today's United States service personnel on duty in the Far East, or anywhere else, are in constant contact with the rest of the world. Important news from Washington, a report on a scientific advance. All are conveyed through Armed Forces press and information media. Seems hard to believe now that 20 years ago, only servicemen stationed in our nation's capital had the privilege of witnessing a presidential inauguration at the time it actually took place. Today's man in uniform can tune in on Armed Forces shortwave radio. Tomorrow, with the advent of television and communication satellites, he may be able to look in on such an historic occasion, listen as well. Armed Forces radio and television service, newspapers and periodicals, the entire range of communication media are used to keep you informed about matters vital to your life today and your future. Make use of these media and you'll be a better informed, more effective member of our nation's defense team.
And now, here's Jerry Lewis.
I can be sad, I can be good, I can be bad. It all depends on you. I can be lonely out in a crowd. I can be humble, I can be proud. It all depends on you. I can save money or spend it, go right on living or end it. You're to blame, honey, for what I do. I know that I can be beggar, I can be king, I can be almost any old thing. It all depends on you. It all depends on you. I can be lonely out in a crowd. I can be humble, I can be proud. It all depends on you. Now I can save money or spend it, go right on living. You're to blame, honey, for what I do. I know that I can be beggar, I can be king, I can be almost any old thing. It all depends on you. Thank you very much. Thank you very kindly. A very pleasant good evening to you, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to The Tonight Show. This is The Tonight Show. Johnny is on vacation for a change, and I'm sitting in for old John. He's the best, and he should get a rest. This is not the most easy part in the whole world, particularly in that the show such as this, I'm sure that you ladies and gentlemen at home, as well as in the audience, know that it's a free-float style. We rehearse very, very little, and the musical numbers, of course, are rehearsed in the afternoon, but most of the things that happen during the course of an hour and a half or an hour and 45 minutes are off the top of the head. Very, very often you can get into an area that might be considered tasteless or improper conduct or judgment, as it were. And last night I did a joke that I suspect, in reflecting, wasn't terribly funny, and we did offend some of our friends in Mississippi. I openly, publicly, and humbly apologize. That certainly was not my intention to offend anyone, but I'll watch the jokes much more closely next time, and I hope that makes things better. If it doesn't, hey. I'm very happy to see you all. You know what I get the biggest kick out of? You know, last night, how do you pass this? Oh, no, I'm not going through. There's an electric thing that goes off. It will touch my...
No, it won't at all. Right through here.
Well, just...
You'll be perfectly all right.
Yeah, well, when he turns, you see, he's... No, what are you bending down? He knows maybe I should go like he went. Yeah, all right. You want? I'll trade you.
That mic back and they get a new mic.
I was doing good. No, I got to laugh with that mic. How do you like that? He took the funny mic. Hi, girlie. You like chocolates? Certainly is nice to see all of you. Oh, you dressed up special. Last night, I went in the audience, and the minute the people know that there's a camera on them, then the waving starts. I never saw anything like it, but at least tonight, you folks are more or less adult. There's no waving. The camera's on, folks. Right. You know what I like? I think I like best. Would you clear the wire, please? Thank you very much. I'm sorry I woke you. The thing that I think I like most of all, when I watch a show, and I am a fan of Johnny's and have been for years, I love when he does audience participation. What do you call it? Strike the band? Yes, strike the band. Freudian, you remember that? They went out for 11 years? But it's good to have them back. Dr. Severely and the voice. Mrs. Miller, how are you? Nice to see you again. Your headache any better, dear? She's wearing a turban for 4 years. Are there any people that have Stump the Band songs? Well, sometimes you strike out. There's no one there tonight. Okay, young lady, what is your name, dear?
Sarah Sperber.
What is it?
Sarah Sperber.
Would you mind standing up, Sarah? Are you nervous, dear?
First, this is for you. Last time he came to New York, he said that you couldn't get Indian nuts in Hollywood where you were, so I went to my mother's candy store.
Oh, you may not love me, but you may. Indian nuts and halibut. You could be my connection. Do you... We'll just go right through these. You pick the ones you like. What is it?
No, I mean...
Oh, your husband is your connection. I see. Wonderful. What song do you have for the wonderful orchestra?
My mother.
No, I'm not in reference to what you want to give them. My mother? All right, do you know that,
My
gentlemen?
mother went by this way. She never came back, so we said goodbye to Mom.
Was that it, dear?
No.
What do you expect from a guy like that? All right, can you tell us how it goes?
Okay. My mother gave me a nickel to buy a pickle. I didn't buy some pickle. I bought some chewing gum at my mother's candy store.
Take your Indian nuts and your olive oil. That was very nice. And for your joining us, we have... would you put this in my car, please? No, give me the present back. Look how nervous she got him. All right. An exciting dinner for two at the King Henry V restaurant. For you and your husband, I hope you enjoy it. And thank you very much for joining us, Sarah. And thank you for the present. All right, a gentleman here. How do you do, sir? What is your name?
Henry Broder from Brooklyn.
You're from Brooklyn. Nice to know you, Henry. All right, do you have a band? Do you have a band for the numbers? Do you have a thing that they would? Yes.
Okay, the silly picture.
No, would you see? This is the microphone, and you have to.
The silly picture.
The silly picture. Clark, that's a tune I think you know, isn't it?
Clark Terry.
Clark Terry. I think Clark might know that.
Picture. Sitting on the front of my door. That silly picture. Hang on off my wall. That silly picture. I wouldn't put it there at all.
Well, it's amazing. I never thought I'd see someone come up with a tune that they knew. That's it, right?
No.
No. All right. What is it?
It's an old hillbilly song.
All right.
The silly picture that you see is not the fault of your TV. It's trouble along the cable. Trouble, trouble, trouble along the cable. I think it's very appropriate.
Kind of fun tune. real toe tapper he came up with. All right, thank you very much. And for you, dinner for two. You and a companion are invited to dinner at Manny Wolf's Chop House, 49th Street at 3rd Avenue. Enjoy yourself, and thank you very much for joining us. All right? Hi. All right, won't you, you're a set. All right, you do this, you what?
We just met.
You just met. Here at the studio?
No, in Chicago.
Oh, just met in Chicago. Okay, and do you have, would you mind standing up, please? You dropped your yarmulke. All right, what is your name?
Carol Forer.
And your name, sir? Shirley Reben. Nice to know you, Shirley. Carol, how are you? Nice to know you. Oh, well, okay. Here we are.
My father was sick, and he had a heart attack, and he introduced us.
During or after?
Right. As he was having the heart attack, he saw him, and he said, I have a daughter.
Oh, are you a doctor?
I'm a senior student at Northwestern University.
Oh, I see. The minute the doctor walked on the scene, he said, you want to meet a nice Jewish girl? I see.
His father wouldn't do to get his daughter married.
That's terrific. Keep her mouth shut. Do me that. All right, now what is the song you have, dear?
Sorority pin.
Sorority pin. Anyone? Sorority pin. Sam, you know sorority pin?
Sorority pin. Sorority pin. Where are you?
Is that it?
Close, but not it.
Close. All right, how does it go?
Sorority pin, oh how I envy you. Perched upon a mountaintop with everything in view. And there your hand will touch you as you go marching by, until your ever-loving owner meets up with a fire pie.
Now you know how the old man had a heart attack. All right. We would like you to enjoy a dinner for two at the world-famous Rainbow Room right here in Rockefeller Center. Thank you very much. It was nice playing with you, and good luck to both of you, and I hope your father is better. All right, how about a nice hand for the nice people? They were very nice. Right now, I see Dad gave you the car. We'll be back in just a moment, and our guests will be George Carlin, Patrice Munsel, Mason Williams, Charlie Callas, Jim Turner, Robert Ettinger.
I'm Jack Nars with today's briefing on personal financial affairs for men and women in the armed forces. Our consulting expert today, the man who's going to answer questions on why money matters, is Mr. Patrick Riley, Executive Director of a family counseling service. Mr. Riley, what would you consider signposts of financial troubles ahead?
Well, first, when a family is able to pay current bills but can't meet any emergent crisis, such as illness, loss of income, or accidents.
No financial reserve.
Another is when payment of some bills is put off until later, with the thought, we can let this one go this month.
Falling behind.
A third is the failure to see the seriousness of unpaid debts.
Lack of responsibility.
And others involving serious disagreements between couples over spending, or an emotional need for unessentials, which is indulged at the expense of essentials, or any use of money as a way of striking out at or getting even with a spouse.
What's the answer to that?
Recognizing a personal relationship problem that goes beyond money or lack of money, and doing something about that personal problem.
Okay, we're back, and this is our second night, and something that I did forget to do last night, and I really like doing it for no other reason than it's theatrically proper, and I happen to dig this gentleman very, very much, as most all the people on The Tonight Show, and the viewers, for that matter. A very talented gentleman and a nice man to work with. Mr. Doc Severinsen in the band. Ladies and gentlemen. did forget last night, and I felt badly about it, because you have to acknowledge your orchestra, you know, when they work hard and all that.
Certainly. How are you, pal?
Okay, how are you, Ed?
Down at the Diplomat Hotel on Saturday?
Yeah, I opened at the Diplomat Saturday night for 10 days.
I'm going down myself this weekend. I may drop in.
Yeah. Were you ever there? Very exciting room.
Diplomat? Oh, yes. I've been
Yeah. I went down there. I saw Tony Bennett and Charlie Callas. And it's really a marvelous room. I'm looking forward to it. I haven't played live in about 9 months, I guess.
You have a new motion picture coming out?
Oh,
Hook, line, and sinker?
Oh, yes. Steve Fitz.
By and large, I would say that things are going well for you.
Well, let's just say that I haven't been to unemployment this week.
Yes. Now, wasn't it a great put-down for a famous motion picture star? Man headlines in the top clubs in the nation. Man's been very big on television. To be refused entry into the National Broadcasting Company today because you had your dog with you.
They told you about it.
I heard about it. Is that the truth? I come in here all the time with the Alpo dogs.
Well, all I know is... I'm sorry I stepped on that. All I know is that I walked in with a full heart, like I was bringing an important part of my life with me, and I started for the elevator, and I didn't get hold it. I just got, all right, back off. So I figured it was the sunglasses. I took off the glasses. He said, back off anyhow. I figured he knew who I was when I took the glasses off. He was so impressed. Like a moose needs a hat rack. He was thrilled, you know. Back off.
Back off.
I said, well, what's the problem? He said, ground rules, baby. No dogs in the elevator. And he sent me around to the tradesman's entrance. And I ain't selling nothing. And I had to go all the way around the back to get my pup up here. This animal, it looked like this man thought he was going to rip off an arm or something.
He's so calm and quiet. What a sweet little animal.
Yeah, he's a tranquilizer pup. Chipper! Chip! Chipper! Come here, sweetheart. Come here, baby. Come here, come here. Now, get a load of what's going to hurt somebody. Put your head down. No, stay. No, put your head down. Show them how you say your prayers. Put your head down. Stay right there. Stay right there. Now, no, listen to the prayers. Allah Bays, Gimel, Dalet, Hey, both down. Good boy. Good. And I really had to go around to the back and bring him up in the service elevator. Sit, baby. Down. No, not on Daddy's ankle. Off. Good. Well, we got him in. You know that...
Just a minute.
Well,
you don't do that. Now, please.
Well, you have to talk, baby. So he's only 7 months old.
Did you ever get in an elevator with one of these women, and they got the little dog, and she's saying, doesn't want him go out and take his little walkie?
Yeah, we're going to have you num-nums later. Oh, sweetheart, does the baby want Mama to kiss him on his little ladle?
I don't know all the words.
Ladle, if you can tell me what it means, I'd appreciate it. But you know what they've had on this show? That's really funny. Dave Tebbutt was in my dressing room before the show, and I told him about the incident. He said, I don't understand that. They've got boa constrictors, kangaroos, the wildest animals that you would presume would hurt somebody. Look at this animal. Right now, he's just so happy, biting that rug apart. Here, Chipper. Be careful when you talk to him, will you, Bob? Come on, Chip. Come on, wait. Sit. Watch this. Sit. No, this way. I'll show you how I train him myself. Chipper, over here. Here. Now, sit. Now, watch this very closely. It's the only dog in the world that does it. Now, Chipper, say, how is it? Say it. Now, you know how we rehearse. How is it? A little louder. Dumb dog. Good, rest. What are you pointing to, Rudy? This is another marvelous part about the show. I received a wire here from Chicago today, from a group of people who apparently know the gentleman in our audience very well, And without getting into a lot of personal issues, the gentleman apparently is celebrating something or other, which is of no consequence, but he is one of the largest fans. He has seen every film that I've made, etc., and he is a very, very good film and movie goer and all that. So it's Michael Schneider, and when I get a wire like that and they go for $4, I'm going to say hello to you, so they should see that they didn't blow the telegram. All right. Okay. If only Michael was from Mississippi, it would have made everything marvelous. Okay, my next guest, ladies and gentlemen, is a graduate student of the University of Colorado. He is recognized as the expert on saw playing and was a featured performer with the Boulder, Colorado Symphony Orchestra. He is currently preparing a book entitled The History and Philosophy of Saw. Would you join me in welcoming the saw virtuoso, Jim Turner? All right, might as well. I didn't want to shake with the saw in your hand. Welcome, Jim.
Thank you.
Very interesting sound. How did you, I'm sure that this is a question that is not new to you, but I'm equally as curious as most, I suspect. How did you get started playing the saw?
Well, actually, I was in a high school play in Lewistown, Montana that called for a saw part off stage. And so I couldn't find any records on the saw. I guess no one's ever cut a record on a saw. So I couldn't really find anyone who played it. So as a result, my dad taught me how. And he had seen this done on vaudeville, and he was sort of a sawbones himself, so he was able to help me along the way. So that's how I started in, and people just got very fascinated with it. And my band director asked me if I could play it in the band, and of course I didn't have a band saw, but other than that, it was. So that's how I started in.
Tell me, how did you get started playing the saw?
Well, I decided that I'd try to sink my teeth into the music, Jerry, and this was one of the best ways that I could. It's, how I got started.
Yes. Tell me, Jim, is there a long history in saw playing, or is it comparatively new?
Oh, it goes back, thousands of years. Saws. I've been doing research on the history of the saw, and it goes back all the way to the Paleolithic or Jurassic or Triassic area.
All of them?
Oh, yeah. As a matter of fact, the first saw that I ever heard of was a dinosaur.
I say get 'em, folks. A word from our local
and women who represent you in the federal government, fellow citizens from your home state, are called congressmen, and have been since 1789. They're either senators or representatives, and they work in Washington, District of Columbia. Congress gets its powers from the Constitution, which says, all legislative powers herein granted shall be vested in a Congress of the United States, which shall consist of a Senate and a House of Representatives. The Constitution also makes it clear who's going to run the show in each house. In the House of Representatives, one of the members is elected to be the Speaker of the House. He is chosen at the beginning of each new Congress along with other officers. The head man in the Senate is the Vice President of the United States. His title in the Senate is the President of the Senate. The other officers are senators. As you know, the Vice President of the United States is first in line to succeed to the presidency. After that comes the Speaker of the House of Representatives, as provided by the Presidential Succession Act, a law passed in 1947. Yeah, that's the way Congress does things.
You give the band a rough number to cut, and they fall down on you. George Carlin, Patrice Munsel, George Carlin.
George Carlin.
That's one. Patrice Munsel, Mason Williams, Charlie Callas, Jim Turner, Robert Ettinger. Those are our guests on the show tonight. Jim Turner and I, we was just talking about, we was just talking about seeing if I could saw. Would you let me try it out?
Sure, I'm a saucologist, so I think I would be able to help you.
Saucologist. Okay. Let's get on with it, Jim. Would you mind? You can get badly injured here.
I would like to point out that there are a few hazards in saw playing.
Well, could the teeth be facing that way? That I'd like to start with.
No, really, they have to be facing
All right,
the other way.
you just tell me how.
Now, straighten your legs out. Now, are you left-handed or right-handed?
Right.
Okay. Right foot over your left.
I'll take a
ankle.
9.5 penny. Huh?
That's quite a feat. No, put your right ankle over your left ankle.
Right ankle over
Yes,
my
sir.
left ankle. Right.
Now, I say be very careful.
I'm already Jewish, you know that.
See, if you don't watch out, you'll be half a man.
I say get him, folks.
Or a gay blade.
You don't have another oar, do you?
Yeah. Or the gayest blade in all Sodom.
Now, after the show, don't ask for amnesty.
Okay, now, you've got to be very careful in holding this saw. A very subtle double bend. Very subtle. And you move your whole arm. That's right. Like you're making love or something. Very...
This wouldn't be my selection. I hope you know that. No. All right,
Now, perpendicular here.
Yes.
Again, make it a little more double.
A little more double.
And then down a little further.
Right.
A little tight in here. We've been screwing around long enough.
I always get in trouble when I work with another guy.
You have to tighten it very hard. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Who's your bullet? No, the bull, not the song. Do you want to play a short piece? Oh, it's only 5 foot 2 inches.
All right.
You got the idea now?
I got the idea, but I ain't crazy about it.
I think you need a little more wood shedding.
No,
Maybe it'd better be sawn than heard.
Oh! I didn't get on Ted Mack after this. That's really this is it. Good, Doc. That's really an amazing feat. There were an awful lot of things I could have done on the show, but I'm glad that I selected this because it was really fun. And I enjoyed it, Jim.
Well, thank you.
Thank you, and I wish you the very best of luck, and my best to all the guys in the North Woods.
Thank
Right. That's very interesting. I mean, a man has a whole occupation just out of a tool. Can you see tomorrow all over America people walking in? Give me that Allen wrench, honey. Just from something in the shed, and all of a sudden you're in the
limelight.
Yeah. Golly.
Thrilling to see that.
Yeah, I noticed how choked up you were. All together, gang. And now for our morning fairy tale. You gay blades. Now I'd like to introduce our next guest, a very charming and very talented lady, and a lady in every sense of the word. She will pack them in whether she was appearing at the Metropolitan Opera House or on Broadway. A very talented lady with a marvelous sense of humor and a tremendous ability to make everybody feel awfully good, Miss Patrice Munsel.
That old black magic has me in its spell. That old black magic that you weave so well. Those icy fingers up and down my spine. Same old witchcraft when your eyes meet mine. Same old tingle that I feel inside. Then that elevator starts to ride. And round I go. Round and round I go like a leaf that's caught in the tide. I should stay away, but what can I do? I hear your name, and I'm aflame. Flame with such a burning desire that only your kiss can put out that fire. 'Cause you're the lover I have waited for. For me, that fate had me created for. And every time your lips meet mine, darling, round and round I go. Round and round I go in a spin. Loving that spin I'm in. Caught in that old black magic called love. Stay away. But what can I do? I hear your name, and I'm aflame.
are you?
Oh, if I was any better, I'd explode. Hello. I'm fine. Thank you. I will. It's been a long time.
Did I interrupt anything there with you, Ed?
No, I've been in love with him on the thing, but we haven't met.
Oh, you've never met Ed before?
No.
Big Ed? Oh, my heavens. He's around everywhere.
No, I know.
Don't you watch Snap Judgment in the morning?
Oh, yes, of course. That's why I feel I know him so well.
Oh, yes. He's in all kinds of things.
You can, my darling.
He's in businesses. He has business in Denver, right? In Denver?
You make those marvelous plastic bags with the British flag on them, don't you?
Anything. Anything.
Would you like I can take your order now?
Yes, I'll tell you. As a matter of fact, mine, I've carried so many shells and rocks and things in it that the bottom is falling out of the bag.
Yes.
And
Well, that doesn't happen to Ed's bag. No, because they test them with alcohol. So they're really good. Patrice, it has been a long time.
Yes.
It's certainly nice to see you again.
Thank you.
You sing neat.
I try. I vocalize regularly.
You should get with a band.
I have a dog that hates it. Do you think I should? Want something? Well,
You have a
another
dog that
problem
what?
who hates my voice. And his name is Worry, and he vocalizes like wild. And so I can't ever sing at home because does your dog do that? Well, you don't vocalize soprano. But,
It's necessary.
it's wild. He makes the most horrendous sound.
Well, you hit the high.
But maybe I sound like that, too, to him.
No, the high notes. Well, my dog reacts whenever he hears very high sound.
Do you think he just hates our singing, or is it the high notes?
No, I think dogs have very sensitive ears, that's all. You have to tell us what this is.
Oh, well, I was just in Florida doing I Do, which is a gas of a show. That's the most fun show I think I've ever done in my life. There's only 2 people on stage for the entire time, and you go from marriage from the year 17, when you're 17, to about 65 or 70 years old. And it's glorious. I never had so much fun on stage in my life. But anyway, while I was in Miami, I love to scuba dive. And they have a aquarium there, which is absolutely extraordinary. And I asked them if they would let me dive in this aquarium, with the sawfish and the stingrays. And
With the stingrays and the sawfish?
They said, yes,
you asked
if
you could.
If I wanted to, they'd let me. And, but it's fantastic because the tank is about 30 feet deep, I guess. And you've got thousands of angelfish and stingrays and this huge sawfish, with a saw that long.
And they're friendly?
Well,
You're here, I would take it they're friendly.
They're really friendly. They make you wear a big steel mesh glove because when you feed the sawfish, he likes to feel or knock out whatever he eats. And you could lose an arm, I guess, or a hand or a few fingers. But I got everything back. But it's a fabulous experience to be down there with all those things swimming around you and in a very natural setting.
You notice how I'm holding this one picture now for 4 minutes?
I
don't need a sawfish. I just lost my arm from paralysis right here.
Oh, and Mrs. Flipper is there, too. They let me play with Flipper, the real Flipper. And that's the most extraordinary experience. Have you got Flipper or the sawfish? You got the sawfish. No, that's all right. No, he's marvelous. This is that. They have suckers, the pilot fish that attach to them. That's his fin there. And they're gigantic things. But it's really something to be down there and be able to play with them. But then they let me play with Flipper. And this is Flipper. And he comes out when you make certain signals, and plays and talks to you. And
The first one was Flipper.
Yeah, that's...
The Flipper we see on the air?
Flipper's on the left. Yes, the Flipper you see on the left.
I like the Flipper on the right, personally.
But that was more fun, I think, than anything I've ever done. You slap the water twice, and Flipper comes up beside you, swim up beside you, you grab a hold of his fin, and he takes you for a ride. It's just unbelievable. Or he comes up on that big surf thing there, and sits and lets you pet him. And he feels like a wet inner tube that's been powdered. It's really weird, but you could really fall in love with one of those.
You're quite a sportswoman, aren't you?
I like sports. We've got all those children and a husband who loves to do all those things. I have to keep up.
The thing that intrigues me is that you're so completely inconsistent in that someone with the opera is usually so one-faceted. The opera is all they do and nothing else. And you're inconsistent to that.
But that's so dull.
Yeah.
I don't mean opera is dull, but I mean
living in that
devoting
one,
your life to that. Well, I did for 15 years, and 15 years at the Met is a good, long time. And I loved it. I adore singing opera. But then I decided that it was time to quit worrying about my vocal cords for a while and have a little fun and be free.
You were skiing,
huh? Yeah. I wrecked my knee up at Hunter. You know, that's incredible. This is the most extraordinary city because in New York, we live 5 minutes from Oyster Bay, and we live 20 minutes from Jones Beach. So you can have the bay, and you can have sailing on the ocean and surf and surfing. And in 2 hours, we're at Hunter Mountain skiing.
And that's how you hurt your leg?
That's how I hurt my leg.
Well,
but I didn't limp tonight. I thought I'd be very brave.
Well, didn't the Metropolitan frown on that when you involve yourself in sports such as that? Weren't they worried about you catching a cold and missing performances?
Very. But,
were there no controls on their part? Or
no.
Didn't they have the right to...
Well, if you are there healthy for performances, then... And you know, I found I was a lot healthier. I had a psychosomatic sore throat and cold for 15 years. Could have been because I wasn't married, but I think it was because I was worried about my throat so much.
And did you finally lose it?
Yes, when I stopped worrying about my throat, I never have a cold anymore, or anything. I'm healthy.
That's marvelous. Terrific.
Really?
You're really a neat lady to sing that heavy stuff and then just be regular.
How regular?
A very, very funny, very, very marvelous and talented gentleman. A gentleman that I was very proud to introduce in his first film, The Big Mouth, which was quite an experience for me. Pardon me. Directing films are quite exciting, but when you have a comedy talent such as this, it really makes the director that much better, and the fun on the set is beyond comprehension. I present to you truly one of the funniest men in our business today, Mr. Charlie Callas.
Hello, Charlie. One grinding night, that taught me wrong from right. I found in my muddy drive. Listen, Judy, this is what we do. I just want to say it's a wonderful pleasure to be here in the honor of the wonderful Jerry Lewis. And if Jerry were alive today, he'd say, "Spider him about the party."
Charlie?
Now, what do you have to say about that Rod Steiger?
Look. Just because you are sitting on Johnny Carson's desk, you think that makes you a big deal. Well, look, I want to tell you something. Did you see me in the sergeant? Because I want to kiss you, man.
How are you, boy? You do that very good, Charlie.
Thanks a lot.
You've been very busy, haven't you?
Yeah. Working dates, doing commercials, a lot of film commercials.
Film commercials?
Certainly.
You do any new impressions? Besides right.
I can do a little, let me see, a little Cary Grant.
Yes.
Singing. Once upon a time there was a tavern. Why, there we could raise a glass or two.
Look how he starts to look like him.
Remember how we laughed away the hours? Think of all the great things that we could do. Why, those were the days, my friend. Those were the days. Why, we would laugh and sing forever and a day. We lived the life we choose. And we'd fight and we'd never lose. You know, old Jerry, because we were young. And we were sure to find our way. Life, those were the days, eh? Jerry, those were the days.
Very good. Very good. is a tough one. Could you... I know you're going to wonder how I come up with these things, but could you do a pigeon being born?
A pigeon being...
I know it's a tough assignment, but I'm sure you can do that.
Okay, we'll give it a try. A pigeon being born. Okay. Can I get down over here? Yeah. Right there. No tricks.
Here I come.
Which way is City Hall?
Let me pull one right out of the air.
Right?
A syncopated clock.
Oh, that's the late show.
Yeah.
Two things at the same time. Let me see if I can keep time with it.
All right, try it. And my favorite one.
You mean the monster.
The monster.
All right, but I need some help from the audience. When I drop my hand, I would like you all to hum. Let's give it a try. Let's put some spirit into it. Let's try it for the giver. Could I have an arpeggio on the piano? Any key. Hang down your head, Tom Dooley. Hang down your head and cry.
From little balconies, mighty gingerbread houses grow. Could this really be some man's castle? A sitting room, a parlor, and a veranda? It not only could be, but was, and the height of fashion. For the man who could afford $2 for a set of the complete plans back in 1892. A do-it-yourself house remodeler would probably like to get a hold of such a dwelling. Now, if you're interested, all you have to do is call a realtor. A good real estate man usually lists everything from haunted houses to modern ranch types. After all, owning your own home is still considered the symbol of economic freedom in the United States. It's part of our system of free enterprise. Let's talk with a realtor and find out how he figures in this system. The Dipple Realty Company has been in business since 1923. It handles residential, commercial, and income real estate. Cutler Dipple and his brother took over the company in 1957. They work up to 12 hours a day, 6, sometimes 7 days a week. I wonder, Mr. Dipple, if your company lists some of those big old houses.
Sure, complete with ghosts, noises in the attic, and then the plumbing, too. I left teaching, high school math, and shop courses to go in the real estate business. I like it because you can advance or stand still. It's up to you. There's a great deal of satisfaction when you succeed in a big sale. To go into this business, you have to have a feeling for service. You have to be willing to work nights and weekends. The biggest payoff is not monetary. It's to do what you want to do and to use your own ideas. The money comes second.
Ideas, service. Important words for the American businessman and for the American fighting man in his important job.
Charlie, finish it.
Are we ready, folks?
Ready.
Yes.
Hang down your head, Tom Dooley. Hang down your head and cry. Hang down your head, Tom Dooley. Cause your tie is caught in your fly.
Thank you, Ed McMahon. Another sterling performance. We'd like to present to you... Oh, is this the album? Here is an album, ladies and gentlemen, and it is called Music. It is on the W7 label, and it is performed by a very talented gentleman who is a writer, a performer, and a very, very fine gentleman who has written some marvelous stuff. Mr. Mason Williams, if you will. Beautifully done. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
I neglected to mention, ladies and gentlemen, that Mr. Williams just won 2 Grammy Awards, one for the best instrumental performance and a second for the best instrumental composition. Congratulations, Steve.
Can I say something?
Huh?
Sure. I have never had a chance to thank the public for buying that record. I would like to thank you very much. I'm glad you liked it.
Father. You're doing a benefit in Boston with the Boston Symphony.
Yes, on April 28th at the Symphony Hall.
That must be exciting.
Oh, well.
Will Artie be there?
Yes. And
Artie Fiedler, I know.
Artie Fiedler.
That's marvelous.
It's for, am I supposed to say what it's for?
Sure, if it's a benefit, it's fine.
For Biafra. Senator Kennedy has organized it, and it'll be Eric Leisdorf's farewell performance as a conductor. And
is Eric hanging up the gloves? I didn't know that.
He's finally decided what he's going to do, I guess. And,
yeah. Well, that's groovy. Mason, you wrote a book, The Mason Williams Reading Matter.
Yes.
What's it about?
Well, it's all kinds of things. I actually designed the book as though it were a record, in a way. You can sort of turn and read it anywhere. There are several books close to it, but I use poetry and little short stories.
Do you have a poem, something from the book that you can read for us?
Sure.
Do you know anything by heart? See if you know something by mouth so you can say it.
By heart? Well, let's see. I had a couple songs I want to do on the show tonight, and I couldn't. So I'd like to dedicate this poem to the NBC censors. The censor. The censor sits somewhere between the scenes to be seen and the television sets, with his scissor purpose poised, watching the human stuff that will sizzle through the magic wires and light up like welding shops the ho-hum rooms of America. And with the kindergarten arts and crafts concept of moral responsibility, snips out the rough talk, the unpopular opinion, or anything with teeth, and renders a pattern of ideas full of holes, a doily for your mind.
I'll drink to that. That was neat. Did you make that up by yourself?
No, they helped me a great deal.
They helped a great deal. What other projects are you involved in, Mason, right now?
Well, I just finished writing 4 Glenn Campbell shows. They changed head writers for the show, the writers they had left, and the last 3 shows and the one on next week are ones that I helped write. And I'm producing an album for Andy Williams, and as I say, I just have the new book out and the new album. So it's kind of the end of a whole lot of things that I've done, and I haven't performed for 3 years so far.
But you've been pretty busy.
Yes, sir.
Are you enjoying what you're doing on a performing level? Because usually when a creator deals on the other side of the camera, he gets, at least I know from my own experience, you get a tremendous amount of satisfaction to the degree that you don't really have to do any more than that. Yet I miss performing every once in a while, and I enjoy getting out there. Do you have the same feeling? Is it a need, or are you thoroughly satisfied?
Not really. I quit performing. I wasn't like a known performer, but I was playing in small clubs and things. And I really didn't like it, so I quit and started writing. But
why didn't you like it? Were they staring at you? That usually does it, you know.
I didn't. I can't see very well, and I found out that it's no fun if you can't see the people. So I started wearing glasses or contacts, and it's fun now to see who you are.
Yeah, I like to see the people. That's why I like to go out in the audience. They look at you and they smile and they wave. Hello, I'm on television. You know, it's fun to watch. I enjoy it.
They're really different. I found it's pretty hard to write and perform at the same time because you're a little sloppier personally. You know, when you're writing, you don't have to, when you're performing, you have to be on your toes. You have to keep your energy level up and all that kind of thing.
Well, don't you think that if you have some degree of objectivity
you can handle that. I think objectivity is awfully important. At least I find that when I'm working on one side, I only direct my energies to that one side. Then I look at the material on the performing side, and I find things that I have liked as a creator or as a writer, things that I don't enjoy doing as a performer. Were you able to do that?
Yes, I'm finding that I can work both, and it's very nice that that I can do things that aren't like on the road would be very hard to do, concerts and clubs and things. But it's not too hard to do television shows.
Yeah,
I think so.
My next guest is currently appearing at the Royal Box at the Americana Hotel, and he's on the bill with a very dear friend, Mr. Buddy Greco. It's a marvelous show, and if you ladies and gentlemen coming into New York, hurry and see it, because I think you'll dig it. Particularly this gentleman, because he's a very, very bright, inventive comedian, and the kind of invention that makes what he does that much more stimulating. Join me, please, in saying hello to Mr. George Carlin. Hi.
I got a chance to meet you.
Yeah, we meet for the first time.
Long time, yes.
It's amazing. Do you live in California?
Yes, now. We've been out there about 3 years and really
How is it you never meet people when you live in California? I met more people in New York that live in California, and you have to travel to meet them.
Because you're all squeezed in tighter here, maybe.
Maybe. That could be. You started in this business, I understand, doing impressions.
Well, no, not really in the strict sense, like a Cary Grant and a Jimmy Cagney. I did, people that you didn't hear much about. John Ledesma.
Who?
John Ledesma. He used to run the candy store in my neighborhood.
Oh. John Ledesma.
Yeah.
He's catching on now, though.
Yeah, but they moved his store. He's got a better location.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I never really did impressions. I imitated people. I mimicked my teachers. I'd make fun of the priests in the parish. Never on TV now. We had trouble last week with that. But I did, let's see, I guess Millard Fillmore was one of the first famous people I was really into. Did you ever notice how much he sounded like James Polk? It takes a good ear. But,
I must have missed that one.
No, I started as a disc jockey, and I used a lot of voices, a lot of characters. I worked at one of those top 40 stations. You know the kind I mean, don't you, with the screaming? And with the big sounds, with the big drive, with the big teams, with the big cool kids here, and all the big sounds, we'll be giving away another $2 next hour, kids. Yes, sir. I was in the Air Force, and it wasn't working out. So they let me become a disc jockey downtown. It was in Shreveport, Louisiana. But it was good. I was about 18 then. It was the first real show business for me.
Your mother took you to see me when you were a kid, right?
Yeah, you and Danny Kaye were two guys I really wanted, That's why I thought, boy, that must be fun to jump around like that. And get money, too. I could only do a little thing like that. Aideen. It's gone now, Jerry.
Yeah.
But,
he took it all with him.
Back to my disc jockey, if I could, because that's really an important part of my life. It's
Go ahead.
It's what made it all come together for me. I did top 40 guys, that kind of screaming thing. The character's known as Willie West. Hi there, kids. Welcome to the Willie West Show right here on Wonderful Wino Radio. Wonderful Wino. Welcome to the Willie West Show here on a wonderful Wednesday with your winner spinner, Weird Willie West. Winging your way with 101 wild and woolly wedges of wax and crazy wackets to Puerto Radio. Right here on Wonderful Wino. Wonderful Wino. 1750 on your dial, just above the police calls, kid. Here we got stacks and stacks and wax and wax. We got the pick and flick, the ones who watch the oldies but goodies and newies but gooies. We got the top 1,750 records right here in the land of Wonderful Wino. Let's get started. One of the big rockin' sounds. One of the great new groups I know you dig. The Red, White, and Blue Electric Outdoor Protestant Blues Band. And Mary. And here's one of the big sounds. Moving along for 'em, really moving fast. Last week it was number 216. This week it zooms up to the big number 212 spot. Let's get a listen. Here it is. Smoke Gets in Your Brain. Yeah.
It's another one of the big romantic sounds. You heard it first right here, kids, on Wonderful Wine. We'll move along with another song. Another tune, big two in a row. What do they call a big double play for the kids out there? One right after another. Solid big music sounds here on Wonderful Wine. Let's give a listen now to the Electric Nostrils. And my baby's dead. Ding, 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 ding. My baby's dead. Dude. She got hit by a train. Dude. Big old train. Ding, 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 ding. I'm gonna get me one of them trains. Down, 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 down. Okay, another big romantic ballad, kids. And you heard it first. We got to pause now for 5 minutes of news here on Wino. We'll be right back with some of the big sounds on medical records. Won't You Take My Heart by the Donors and... And the flip side, My Body Is Rejecting Your Heart by the Recipient. All coming your way after Wino News, Wino News. From around the world, across the nation, and up your street, here it is. Wino News with Wino Newsman Bill Beeper. Oh, good afternoon, Crisis fans. It's 4:29. Time for total news. Saigon, Paris, Washington. That's it for Wino News. Details on the half hour. Okay, we'll wind things up here on the Wonderful Wednesday on the Willie West Show here with a little tune for you by Billy and the Blemishes. I got one last pimple. I got one last pimple from going steady with you. Don't know whether to treat it or leave it alone. It's the only one I call my own. And don't forget, kids, if you have a problem like that, if you're the only one in your crowd who doesn't have blemishes, pick up on Pimple On for teenagers. Now, you can put them anywhere you want, kids. Go on one side of your face and look the other way. And a reminder from the Associated Press, 212 have been killed on the nation's highways this weekend. National Safety Council expects a total of 500. You're not trying, kids. That's it. Willie.
That's funny stuff, George.
It's a workout, too.
You're a bright man. You sure are. I'm so jealous. George, you usually pick up on a new character every time you come on the show. At least that's what the staff told me.
I hunt for them, yeah.
You search. What do you do, walk the streets?
No, you kind of remember everybody you hear, though, you know, and they come out as composites, really. Most of the people I do now are kind of from my neighborhood in an indirect way. I'm working on one now as a New York City policeman. I have to kind of preface that. I don't know if you've lived in New York, you notice that all the policemen here have the same voice. They get it at the academy. It's part of the issue.
And it sounds like this. My partner and I observed the suspect coming out of the apartment building here. Right? And we observed him coming out of the apartment building, and we arrested him on a 502.
What's a 502? Well, that was the apartment building he came out of. I figured the best way to get a character like that down pat, instead of hanging around a jail, was to go to the police academy. And I have my own fantasies about what goes on there anyway.
All right, you guys, quiet down, huh? You want to stop blowing the whistles? Take the handcuffs off Ferguson, would you? You're not so cool with him. His father was a cop, and he's going to be a cop, too. Right, Ferguson?
Yeah.
He's walking out on the streets of New York now for 2 weeks as probationary patrolman. We start out with 600 rookies. And we lost a few along the way, but you 15 men represent the cream of the crop. Creme de la creme. I'd like to check up a little. Most of you have passed your physical. Most of you have passed the mental. So I want to review you on your things here. First of all, Ferguson, you failed to put down on your form what area of police work you're interested in. Do you have a preference? Yes. Well, what is it? Ballistics. It might be a spot for a meter maid or something, you know. Now, on the pistol range, some of you did better than others. The ones with the pistols seem to do the best. I ain't going to give you actual scores on a firing range, but anyone who did not get shot and did not shoot someone else passed. The rest of you will have to go back as soon as they find a replacement for Sergeant Ryan. May he rest in peace. But today, the assignment is to cover the Peace Valley. That's right, Ferguson, the Peace Valley. And there'll be a lot of you hippies. There'll be a lot of you yippies. There'll probably be a lot of you flippies. There'll be a lot of dangerous people holding flowers. You want to remember the rules and the laws against carrying a concealed flower. Equipment for the day, you want the billy clubs and handcuffs, nice pair of shoes. You wear the blue coats with the brass buttons, 2 cans of tear gas, a box of Kleenex. I want you to wear the baby blue helmets today. Leave the Governor Wallace propeller beanies at home. That's him.
That sound is unbelievable. Now, every cop you're going to meet is going to sound like that, you know?
Right.
A word from your local station. We'll be right back. Hang in there. We got stuff to happen.
United States Armed Forces Institute, USAFI presents The Smothers Brothers. The Smothers Brothers?
Hi, I'm Dick. No, he's Dick. That's right, I said I'm Dick. I'm Tom. That's right, Tom. Hey, by the way, how's the stock market doing today? Well, I'm glad you asked, because the bull is on the little line that goes up there, and the bull is doing that thing in the... No, I said, I asked a question, Tommy. How's the stock market doing? I don't know. You would like to, wouldn't you? Yes, I would really like to know. Okay. If you want to know the principles behind the market, bears and bulls, and if you want to be a big financier, that I do. Oh, to understand the national debt, the profits, whether gross or net, the story of economics is the answer. Economics is the answer. Is the answer, economics. And just think of all the things that I could do with the money. That's right, Tom. You can see how important it is to know about economics. Right away. Learn about it.
USAFI also presents a program on economics, so you'll know the bulls from the bears. If you'd like to get that all-important diploma or certificate, USAFI has the courses you'll need to continue and complete your education. If you're interested in economics, for example, USAFI presents these courses we can all use for wider knowledge and understanding. Find out what USAFI presents that will help you. See your education officer for details.
Under your spell, so how can I help it? Don't blame me.
You've been a lovely audience. I'd like to thank Miss Red McMahon, as always. It's nice having you right there. Miss Patrice Munsel, Charlie Callas, Mason Williams, and George Carlin. You were all very nice to come, and thank you for a very, very good show. Take care of yourselves, sleep well, drive carefully, and do nice stuff for somebody.